the story of modern electricity, of the very light that illuminates our world, often begins with a singular, extraordinary mind. That mind belonged to Nikola Tesla, a man whose genius would forever reshape the future. But before he lit the world, there was a spark. His birthplace was a quiet, rural community, far removed from the industrial hubs of the world. He encouraged Nikola's academic pursuits, instilling a love for language and a rigorous approach to thought. His mother, Kuka Mandik, though uneducated, possessed an incredible, inventive spirit. The natural world around him, with its thunderstorms and flowing rivers, captivated his young imagination. He saw energy in everything, yet it was here that the seeds of a revolution were sown. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in the humble village of Smiljan, within the Austrian Empire, modern-day Croatia. His father, Milutin Tesla, was an Eastern Orthodox priest, a man of profound intellect and a gifted orator. He could perform complex calculus problems mentally, often to the astonishment of his teachers and peers. He could envision intricate electrical and mechanical systems in 3 dimensions, rotating them and observing their theoretical operation. His internal world was a vibrant laboratory. Numbers and formulas seemed to flow effortlessly through his thoughts. Nikola possessed a prodigious capacity for calculation and an almost supernatural ability to visualize complex machinery. His mind was a canvas for invention. He could recall entire books, images, and complex diagrams with perfect clarity. He was mesmerized by lightning storms and the raw power of nature. While his peers played, Tesla was often lost in thought, dissecting how things worked and imagining ways to make them better. His curiosity was insatiable. He dreamed of harnessing these forces for the benefit of mankind. His professors were initially impressed by his dedication and intellectual capacity. He seemed destined for a distinguished academic career. He observed the sparking commutator, an inherent flaw in DC motors. There had to be a better way. His professor dismissed the idea as perpetual motion, an impossibility, but Tesla was undeterred. The concept of the rotating magnetic field began to form. This faculty enabled him to bypass the need for physical models or drawings for many of his inventions. He could construct entire machines perfectly in his head. This allowed him to absorb vast amounts of information quickly and accurately. He became addicted to gambling, losing his tuition money and struggling financially. However, he arrived too late to enroll and still faced significant financial hardship. His dreams of formal education remained largely unfulfilled. This period marked a difficult deviation from his academic path. He drew diagrams in the dirt with a stick, explaining the principles of alternating current to his astonished friend. The idea was fully formed. He would build small water wheels and rudimentary electrical devices. It was a revolutionary concept, poised to transform the industrial world. He had found his life's purpose. Dreams were often vivid blueprints of new devices, which he would then meticulously refine upon waking. The line between imagination and reality blurred for him. His mind was constantly drawn back to the superior efficiency of alternating current. He saw the future, and it was not DC. His task was to repair and improve the direct current power plants being built across Europe. He quickly proved his exceptional skills. His ability to diagnose and fix problems that baffled other engineers earned him a growing reputation. The company was heavily invested in DC technology, and resistance to new radical ideas was strong. Frustration began to mount. He was 28 years old, leaving behind his struggles and disappointments in Europe. His journey was a passage to destiny. He was more than just a repairman. He was an innovator. It was addressed to the titan of American invention, Thomas Edison, from Charles Batchelor, the manager of Edison's European operations. This letter was his golden ticket. It was a bold endorsement, hinting at the immense potential carried by the struggling immigrant. Edison held the key to Tesla's immediate future. Most of his luggage, including some valuable calculations and poems, had been stolen or lost during the voyage. He was truly starting from scratch. He was about to confront the established order. It was his bridge to the man who embodied the very electrical age he sought to revolutionize. He left Graz before completing his degree, a painful decision that belied his true intellectual capabilities. The genius was still raw and unfocused. The world was about to be lit, not by a single bulb, but by an entire system of his design. The future was now. While working here, he demonstrated his practical ingenuity by improving equipment and inventing a telephone repeater. He was a natural problem solver. Their differing philosophies would ignite a war of the currents. He absorbed knowledge voraciously, particularly in fields related to electricity and magnetism. His mind was a constant engine of learning. He could visualize the entire system, perfectly balanced and efficient, entirely in his head. The vision was becoming clearer. The industrial infrastructure and the prevailing mindset seemed too entrenched in direct current. He needed a fresh start. The decision would shape how electricity was generated, transmitted, and consumed. He envisioned a place where his ideas, however radical, might find fertile ground and financial backing. It was a leap of faith into the unknown, driven by an unyielding desire to understand the invisible currents that power the universe. These formative experiences fueled his inventive spirit. It instilled in him a deep conviction that electrical energy held the key to transforming the world. He was driven by a vision of universal power. He felt an almost spiritual calling to bring his vision to life. The new world offered new possibilities. Her hands were always busy, weaving, designing, and improving, and her ingenuity deeply influenced young Nikola. He often credited his mother for his inventive talent and strong visual memory. Kuka Mandik crafted intricate mechanical tools and practical devices for their home and farm. This was a critical step in formalizing his vast, self-taught knowledge. He was an exceptionally diligent and brilliant student. Growing up in Smiljan, Tesla experienced a childhood filled with both intellectual stimulation and exposure to the simple mechanics of rural life. Even in his earliest years, signs of an extraordinary mind were unmistakably present. One of Tesla's most remarkable abilities was his photographic memory, often referred to as an eidetic memory. His mind functioned like a vast internal library, constantly processing and categorizing information. Coupled with his memory was an astounding mathematical prowess. This combination of memory and mathematical skill allowed him to grasp and manipulate abstract concepts with ease. From an early age, Tesla developed an intense fascination with electricity and mechanics. He devoured any available texts on physics and engineering, even as a child. Early experiments, though rudimentary, revealed his innate understanding of forces and motion. His mind was constantly in motion, constructing and deconstructing concepts. This early, profound engagement with the principles of physics and engineering laid the groundwork for his future breakthroughs. In 1875, Tesla enrolled at the Austrian Polytechnic Institute in Graz, Austria, to study mechanical and electrical engineering. He often worked 18 hours a day, attending lectures, studying, and conducting experiments. It was during a demonstration of a Graham dynamo, a direct current motor, that a pivotal idea sparked in Tesla's mind. He openly criticized the DC design, suggesting that an alternating current system without a commutator could be far more efficient. Despite his brilliance, Tesla soon faced personal challenges. His academic performance suffered, and he became estranged from his family due to his gambling debts. In 1880, Tesla moved to Prague, hoping to continue his studies at Charles University. Despite these setbacks, he continued to educate himself, spending countless hours in libraries. It was during this time that he solidified his understanding of the rotating magnetic field, the core principle behind his future AC motor. His first professional position came in 1881 at the Central Telephone Exchange in Budapest. One day, while walking in a park with a friend, reciting poetry, the complete design for the induction motor burst into his mind. This moment was a true eureka, a complete and perfect vision of how to generate continuous rotary motion using AC without commutators. In 1882, seeking greater opportunities, Tesla moved to Paris to work for the Continental Edison Company. He traveled throughout France and Germany, troubleshooting complex electrical systems with remarkable efficiency. Despite his success and the recognition he received, Tesla felt constrained by the limitations of the Edison system. He repeatedly tried to share his ideas for AC power systems with his supervisors, but they were largely dismissed. Tesla knew his grand vision for alternating current could never fully materialize in Europe. America beckoned, a land widely perceived as a crucible of innovation and a haven for ambitious minds. The decision to emigrate was not made lightly, but it was driven by an unshakable conviction in his own genius and the transformative power of his inventions. In 1884, with a mind brimming with revolutionary concepts, Nikola Tesla set sail for New York City. He arrived in America with little more than the clothes on his back and 4 cents in his pocket. Yet he possessed one invaluable asset, a letter of recommendation. The letter famously read, "I know 2 great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." This single piece of paper, a testament to his undeniable brilliance, was his sole introduction to the bustling, competitive world of American innovation. With this letter, Nikola Tesla arrived on American shores, setting the stage for one of the most significant and dramatic periods in the history of science and technology. His arrival marked the impending clash of titans, the visionary champion of alternating current, Tesla, against the staunch defender of direct current, Edison. This conflict would not merely be a battle of personalities or patents. It would determine the very infrastructure of the modern world. Nikola Tesla, the man who carried the spark of genius from Smiljan, was now ready to unleash a revolution in power.